everyone, for some reason my flash has just come on. I don't know why. It's getting dark outside, but it don't normally come on. But do you know what? Whatever. I don't have the energy to start this again. I'm exhausted. I'm hungry. I've still got a migraine. The head pain's not as bad. It's like 3 out of 10. But it's there. Like, you wouldn't want a 3 out of 10 anyway. But I'm tired. I've got all the other migraine symptoms. I keep getting easily confused. But, you know, what's the difference? Anyway, I'm going to try and get through this. So, I don't know if I've just put the Asda receipt. I've got the Aldi. Oh, it's probably right in front of me. Aldi, I got 58 items. I'm sure they just started to add that on. And it came to 65.20. And Asda came to 61.65 and 38 items. Now, £13 of that bill doesn't count because it's something that I got picked up from my dad. You're not going to see it. It's actually in my boot of my car. So you can take £13 off that total. There's only one thing missing, which is a BLT from Aldi that my dad had for his lunch. That is all that's missing. Do you know what? I'm showing you an Asda item. Let's forget that one. We'll come back to that. I don't know why this torch is on. So I'm doing 5 meals this week. It's a 5-meal plan that I decided to do, even though one of the recipes I'm not 100% keen on, but I'll try it because I do like to try new things. They all serve 4, but my dad likes a bigger than normal serving. If I split it into 4, there wouldn't be enough food for him, and he would make a sandwich. So I'm splitting it into 3. On some of the days, I'm going to have the 3rd meal either as a lunch, depending on how much is left, or as my evening meal, because I'll be too short. My dad will have the others as lunches probably. So, you know, I couldn't half the stuff. Also, if I have the stuff, still have to buy an 8-pack of sausages. I'd have to freeze 4, so I might as well make them even if I freeze some of them, because I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. So the meal plan comes with a shopping list, and this shopping list was actually for Aldi, and it should have come to 29 something for the items that they want you to get. Now, some of the items weren't available. I did get the versions that they wanted you to get, although it did say pork sausages, but because they're not the cheapest sausages, but they are cheaper sausages, to make sure they had some flavour, I did go for Cumberland, but they did have the plain ones. They had, was it Lincolnshire? And I think another one, but I thought, you know what, get one with the seasoning in, because it'll just give it a bit more flavour, so they're not as bad. But some of the stuff I either forgot they didn't have, or well, they didn't have, or I forgot. I mean, do you know what I mean? Hold on, I'm like really struggling here. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to be making one of them. I'm making a chicken fried rice tonight, and it is a meal by itself, but I know my dad, if I gave him a chicken fried rice, he'd be like, where's the rest? So I have picked up something to go with that. Like it says, you can have chips with it, you can put other things with it, but it does actually say it is a main meal. You don't need to put anything with it, but I know what my dad's like. So that's what we're doing. I'm not going to do it every week. I thought I might save money by doing it. Also, next to the shopping list is cupboard essentials, so stuff you should have in the cupboard. Now, some of the stuff I have in the cupboard, some of the stuff has run out. Like, I had to buy an oregano because I've got that much left. There's a couple of other things that I've had to replace. So when we get to it, we'll get to it. So Cumberland sausages, they were £1.75. So I basically, it tells you sausages, it says pork sausages, it tells you the weight, and it tells you how much they cost for them when they bought them, like last week. So these were the sausages, because it was 8 sausages, and these were the only packs that had 8 in. The rest had 6 in, like the more expensive ones had 6 in. And the weight was right and the price was right, so that's how I got them, because they didn't actually show pictures. Obviously this were on the list, so obviously I have bought stuff that I needed. Now, this is what I've been using. I prefer that sweetener with the yellow lid. I originally got it from Aldi. I had it months and months and months, and then I had a conversation with someone who said, oh, such and such use sweetener, they like it, because they're a big sugar fiend. I'm like, well, if they like it, I'll give it a go, try get off sugar, but sugar's actually better for you than sweetener. But anyway, couldn't get it for ages, and I eventually got it in Asda because I didn't know Asda did it. It's the same price in Asda, it's the same product. Not been able to get in Asda for weeks, so it's obviously selling out. It must be like crack or something. People must just love it. So I did have a bag of this. Now, I don't love this and I don't hate it. I can never get the ratio right. I either put too little in or too much. I never get it right. But it is getting low, and I spotted it because I did have sweetener on my list. They didn't have the sweetener in Aldi, and I didn't look in Asda because I forgot. So I basically got that. Now, I normally get the... Oh, God, what are they called? See, this is the problem with my migraine. Anyway, you know which ones if you've watched the food hauls. And I've got a couple, and I think I've had these before. If not, I've had it over-flavoured. I thought, well, I'll just get a different flavour. There's something different in it. The Asda dark soy. I always have light soy in, and I do have light soy in, but because it asked for dark, I was like, you know what, I'll get it. Probably have it in the cupboard for 5,000 years now. Cherry tomatoes. There were lots of different cherry tomatoes, but this was the only one with the correct weight, and this was the same price. So this is how I know which ones they were telling me to get. They were basically telling you to get the cheapest ones. Long grain rice. This was super cheap. I probably wouldn't normally get the cheap one. I'd probably get the next one up if I was going to get like Aldi's own. I also got the pasta. Now, I've had this pasta before, and there is a difference. I'm not gonna lie. People say there isn't a difference in cheaper stuff when it comes to stuff like this. I've had this before. It doesn't cook as nicely. It doesn't taste as nice. But obviously, if you're on a budget, you would get this. But I think it's like either 45 or 55, and I'm sure Asda's own, not the essential range, but Asda's own is something like 75p. But I got it because it was on the recipe. Noodles, these are the ones that they asked you to get. Did they ask for medium egg noodles? I just wrote noodles. I'm sure it was medium egg noodles. But there's only two ones that they do, medium egg noodles, and there was a fine one, but I think it is the medium one. Because I'm not a big fan of the fine ones anyway. It asked for 2 tins of tuna. Now, I don't know if I got the right one, but I wanted the one in water because I don't like brine and I don't like sunflower oil. It didn't specify, it just had a price. I can't remember what the price was. I knew I was just going to get the one in water. The reason I got 3 is because I want one in the cupboard in case I want tuna with something. I already had one in the cupboard. Anyway, it's probably Asda's own. But some weeks I want to eat loads of tuna. One of the recipes is a tuna bake, by the way. That's why you want that. That's why you get to... Oh my God, why my head's just not working? Anyway, I've never had Aldi's bin liners. Normally I get them from Asda or wherever. Normally they come in a pack of 40. So I don't know if it works out cheaper because obviously I don't think bin bags are expensive. But I just got them because they were there and I saw them. They were on my list anyway. I did go for with a list. Cheap paracetamol. I always have some in just in case I run out of Panadol. Now, it told me to get the 2.5 kilogram bag of wonky potatoes. They didn't have any wonky potatoes, so I just grabbed the white potatoes. These are actually cheaper, but there's only 2 kilograms. I'm presuming we don't need 2.5 kilograms. I think that was the bag size they got, but I could be wrong. Pack of 7 cheese bakes, lentil chips. I got him 2 of them because they're the snack that he goes for first. He's still got the box of crackers from last week, unless he opened them last night, but I'm sure I've seen them. But he always goes for them first, so I thought, well, do you know what? I'll get him 2 packets, I don't know. Then it told me to get some grated cheddar. Now, they did specify one that was £1.75, but it was a smaller packet, it was 250 grams. But the only cheddar that they had was mature. I don't like cheese. I hate mature cheddar. Like, if I'm going to have cheese, it's going to be mild. Now, I did try and get a medium. There was no medium. Otherwise, I would have got the smaller bag. So I got this, which I think was cheaper for more. So I can't remember what this is going to go on. But if there's any left, I don't know what I'm going to do with it because my dad does like cheese that bites back, as he says. So, but I didn't want mature cheddar. And if it's going on stuff, I'm potentially not going to eat it because I can't eat it because I just can't. I literally can't. I did look for the chicken breast things that I've been getting. Couldn't see them. Was not in the mood to look. I was starving in that shop. I'm starving now. So I just got these. I've had them before. Like, they're already sliced up. You don't get as much, but whatever. Corned beef for my dad. Now, I spotted these. I actually, by the way, I know the hob's dirty. I don't care. Like, I weren't in the mood to do that when I came home. What we're having tonight is chicken fried rice. It says it's a meal that you can have by itself, and then it suggests chips or whatever. And I spotted these. I was like, do you know what? I can just shove these in the bloody oven. I mean, I wouldn't want 3 personally. I don't know if my dad would want 3. He's going to get 2. I'm going to have 2. If there's any left over, he can have them whenever he chooses. I think this is what goes in the chicken fried rice. These were like $2.19, and I knew these were the right ones. A, because it was 300 grams, and B, because it was $2.19, like it said. And then we're having chicken again. I don't know what in, because I can't even think. And it was the chicken fried fillets, and it was this weight, because I originally picked up the next size up, and then I had to check what the weight was on my list. It did say 12 eggs, and I quickly looked at the recipes, and one of them used 4. So I might not have enough. Now, I normally wouldn't have these if I was making like a poached egg or fried eggs or anything. I do have the more expensive eggs in the fridge. So if I do need more than 6, I have some already. I got these, which I've never tried before. I nearly picked up the caramel, but sometimes the caramel's not great. Gonna give them a go. It's just a quick coffee. I mean, I could do with that right now, to be honest. Mango chutney. I've never liked mango chutney, but then again, I've not tried it in years and years and years. But it tells you, well, it's one of the, well, apparently you're meant to have one in your cupboard already, but we don't. But if I don't like it, my dad will eat it all. That was my lunch. There's a Greek yogurt there. That's the exact one they tell you to get. It's the cheapest one. It's the same right size. I know the hob's greasy. It's because my dad's been frying. I got the skier vanilla because it's better than the strawberry and whatever it's called, kiwi. I got 1 protein mousse. I'm not as keen on them at the moment. Reduced fat coconut milk. This is the one they asked you to get. They asked you to get the ginger puree and the garlic puree. I mean, it's pretty lazy cooking this. Oregano, cumin, which I found out I've got a full one since I come home because I replaced it a couple of weeks ago and I forgot that I replaced it. But cumin's one of my favourite spices. Garlic granules, both of mine have gone really funny, so they're going to get binned, and we've got a new one. Smoked paprika. It's meant to be the sweet smoked paprika. I hope it's the sweet one, because it says sweet smoked paprika. Oh, who cares? I don't care at this point. I'm just too tired. Berry granola and vanilla. I really, really like these. It's the protein one again. Now, I do prefer no stock cubes. I think they actually do them in Aldi, but they're expensive. And I try to get them when I see them on offer. They weren't on offer. Mine ran out this week. I used the last one yesterday, maybe. So I just got the cheap ones. They've actually changed the packaging. And they're not as good. I can confirm. I've had them before. They're not as good, but they'll do. Passata, because this one's on offer for 75p. I've already got one in, but I need one. I don't know how much I actually need, so I might end up having to use them both, but I do prefer the more expensive one. I got an onion gravy. Now, I think you have onion gravy with one of these things, and it does give you a recipe, which looks very easy, but I couldn't be bothered. I've never had onion granules before, but I thought I'd give them a go, although their gravies are not as good as the branded ones. But have you seen how much the branded ones have gone up to? Oh, an avocado. I don't know what it's for, but apparently we're having avocado one day. They've not got the pouches in still, so I got 2 of the strawberry yogurts. It's the same recipe, by the way, and I got a peach one just to be slightly different. Now I think we're now on to Asda, so we'll go back over here where I started my video. These were on offer for £1. I actually forgot to get some last week. I saw them, then someone was in the way, so I went to get something else, and then of course I forgot, and then I was kicking myself. I got, these are for the cauliflower tacos. I don't know if I've told you, but we're having cauliflower tacos. It tells you to get 8 of them. There is a cauliflower ear. I still actually have some wraps from last week. That's why I've not got any wraps. Crumpets and bread. And then we're back over here. Oh, this is an Aldi thing. I love them. I don't know when I'm going to have them. Nurofen. Now, I keep getting all bunged up and stuffy nose, and I keep having to take Sudafed. And I was going to get a really expensive hay fever, like allergy relief tablet, but I didn't want to spend more than what I'd already spent. So I saw the ones that I'm taking currently, and it's the different version of these. So I got the different ones to see if it's this. I mean, it might be that I need the more expensive one, But I thought I'll try this because I can't keep going through Sudafed the way that I am. I mean, I'm not taking that many, but it is getting pricey. Jumbo minis and then the dental sticks. Now, it did tell me to get a kilogram of red onions from Aldi, but they're the really tiny ones. Do you know the ones that, like, you peel and you're like, why have I just spent ages peeling, like, 20 onions? So I just got them. They might not be enough, but if there's not enough, I can go and get some more. I just didn't want a kilogram of little tiny onions because they're never any decent sized ones. I got another cauliflower because you need 2. Now, these were 5p more than the Aldi ones, but the Aldi ones look like they should have been chucked out 2 weeks ago. They were mouldy, the leaves have gone funny. And I'm thinking, why would you leave stuff in that state? That's the problem with a lot of Aldi veg. It's old. Now, I would have made this tonight, but it takes too long and I'm starving. Now, I did need another meal, and I was looking at, they've got these Uncle Ben's one pot meal things, rice kit things, and you needed to add stuff to it, so I didn't get one, but these were £1.50 or 2 for £1, so I got 2. Now, even if I don't have one of these this week, they're in the cupboard. So I got pasta carbonara, which my dad will have because I'm not a fan of that, and I got the pasta bolognese for me, and I thought 2 for £2 a bargain because you get the second one super cheap. I've already opened these to take some painkillers. I had these last week. They're really, really good. I haven't got any twirls and I'm kicking myself for that. And my favourite chocolate bar. I was just trying to cut something out this week because obviously I don't normally have these, but they are good. My chilled cheddar for my dad. I was meant to get these in Aldi, but I couldn't see them. But people were standing in the way, and I was like, oh, I'll look in a minute, and I just totally forgot. So I got them in Asda, but I don't think there's much price difference. I forgot to get grapes in Aldi because, again, people stood in the way, and I thought I'll walk over there in a minute, I'll do something else. Do you know what? Most of the time I bloody forget, don't I? A big salad, a red cabbage. I was meant to get it in Aldi, they didn't have any. Another thing I forgot to get in Aldi because someone was stood in the way, and I went to get something else, and I thought when I come back they'll be gone, and they were still stood there. And because I saw them stood there, and I totally forgot why I went to get there. But this was the same price. Oyster sauce, which is bloody expensive. Do you know when I've made meals by this person before? One of the meals had oyster sauce in, and I absolutely loved the recipe. I did it again, and there was only enough for 2 meals out of it. Vegan mayo, because mine's run out. Breadcrumbs. I looked in Aldi, but I didn't give a proper look. I've never actually bought breadcrumbs before. I've always made my own, so this is a first. Hot dogs for the dog. 1 almond milk. I've got one open, and I think I've got one that isn't open. Soy milk, because I literally used the last bit today. Like, I think Wednesday I was like, oh my god, like, I've been having 2 to 3 cups a day, which I don't normally do. Wednesday I was like, you can't have any more today, you're just gonna have to have 1 tomorrow, and you might have enough for Friday, and there was literally just enough. So I didn't get 3 for 2 drinks. I said in the last video, but in case I don't put it up. So I didn't get any energy drinks from Aldi because I thought, you know what, I can't keep getting all these energy drinks, and just not good for me. And I thought I'll just get one in the 3 for 2 in Aldi Asda. I'll get a orange Lucozade because I've needed a couple this week and I've had none in. I'll get my Dr Pepper Zero, and I'll have an energy drink. So I get there, and the guy is literally restocking the fridge. So I actually did remember to go back. There was still no Lucozade, there was no Dr Pepper Zero. Probably only a third of the drinks were there that are normally there. There was lots of energy drinks, and I'm like, should I get 3 energy drinks? I'm like, no. So I basically got these. I could do with one right now because I don't feel great. I might shove one in freezer and have it in an hour. But they were £2.50, which works out 10p cheaper. No. Yeah, 10p cheaper. No. Are they? No, they're £1.60 each, those drinks. So this has actually worked out cheaper. But obviously the Lucozades are actually slightly bigger when you buy them singles. Now we're on to Aldi. So last week I saw these. Now I've been drinking a protein drink since partway through my Veganuary, and I got it from My Protein, and you add water to it, and it was really nice, and it actually ran out yesterday. Now when I was at Aldi last week, they had these, and I was like, oh, I'll get some, and I think they were either £3.49 or £4.49. I'm like, that's quite pricey, even though the protein drink that I get's 30 odd quid, but I got it on offer for like 27 or something. And it's lasted me about 6 weeks, and I have it at least 5 times a week. There's been times where I've had it 7, and I'm like, it's value for money. And there's been times I've been putting a little bit too much in, so it might have lasted a little bit longer. But I was like, I'm going to have to get some this week, because even if I ordered from My Protein today, it won't come till sometime next week. But I don't think I'm going to be ordering till either the end of next week or the beginning of the week after. So I thought I'll get these, I can have half a time. Now I'm going to have to drink a full one today. I took one out with me, I've got to finish it off because it says to drink it within 24 hours. But what I was thinking is I could drink half, because I always take water as well. So I'm getting half of it, or 2/3 of it, whatever I choose to do. Then they're going to last me the week. And then it's not too bad price-wise. They had lemon and lime, which I don't get because a lot of the time lemon and lime just taste too artificial and I can't stand it. They had orange, which I don't typically go for unless it's orange Lucozade or a pure orange. Like a lot of orange drinks I just don't always like. I prefer blackcurrant drinks. They had tropical and they had summer fruits or summer berries, one of those. And I almost got that and I was like, no, get tropical. You've not had a tropical drink in ages. Now, it smells great. Oh, by the way, they taste better cold because I tried it warm because it worked cool. So I had to drink a little bit to put some ice in so it would be cold by the time I got to the dog walk. I don't love it. It leaves a weird taste in your mouth. So as soon as you swallow, there's a weird taste. And then the taste turns into like a sour lemon taste. So I don't love this flavour. But when I was at Asda and I was looking at them, I spotted this. I mean, if it's not this brand, it looks almost identical, if not identical. So I'm guessing it is. So next week, because obviously I'm not going to order from My Protein either till next weekend or the start of the week after. So I will need another pack. I'm going to, if they've got the summer berries or summer fruits, whatever it is, I think I'm going to go for that flavour next. Now I did get this from Aldi for my dad for his lunch, to go with his lunch, and I totally forgot because I came home and I had a few things to do. I had a couple of things to put in the freezer. I had a couple of things to do, then I had to get changed and I had to sort my bag out for the dog walk and stuff, and I forgot to give it him, but he can take it any day. That to take on my shopping day next week. Balsamic vinegar, this was one of the things that they said that you should have as a store cupboard essential, and I don't. I mean, watch me look now on the B one. Well, don't say that's a balsamic. Oh, I'm not even going to look because I'll just get annoyed with myself. So I got that. ZX Cola. Now, I was going to get in Pepsi Max. Now, he has a full bottle of Pepsi Max. And Pepsi Max is 2 for £3 in Asda. Now, in Aldi, they have got Pepsi Max bottles in this week, but they're £1.99. And I knew Asda did 2 for £3. So I thought if I do get Pepsi Max, it'll be from Asda because that's the cheapest place to get it at the moment. But I just got him a ZX Cola. White grape and blackberry, peach and passion fruit, and I've got 3 of the apple and elderflower. Now we're briefly going back to Asda. Carrots, which I forgot to get in Aldi, and broccoli. My phone's getting red hot, but I think it's the camera. My back's killed. Oh, you should see how cute that dog is. She's fast asleep next to a bottle. She's literally got a bottle on her head. And she's got a cute little smile on her face. And now I'm buddy zoomed in. Toilet rolls, and I got 2 packs of these. They've actually got, you know, the big bottles of 4. And I was tempted to get them, but my trolley was so full because I always get the little trolley, and the thing I picked up with for my dad was quite big because I was going to get a pack of these and a pack of 4. But I just couldn't, and I don't like getting big trolleys. So I've got three bottles left on the floor. I've got a couple in the fridge, but I've been drinking loads because I've been ill and I've had a migraine as well. So I was ill before the migraine, and then I get the migraine. So I'm drinking at least 3 of these a day, sometimes 4, with all the other liquids that I drink. And I know that 1 pack isn't going to last me because I've managed to up my water intake. So I did get a double dose of them. I think there's 2 more items. I'm losing the will to live here, by the way. Orange juice, ice lollies. There's my dad's chicken, by the way. Do you know what? I needed green beans and I couldn't see any in Asda. I'm wondering if I can use frozen. I am wondering. Because I've always got them in. And I did get a bag of frozen peas. It said to get them from Aldi, but obviously I go to Asda second, and a bag of peas are going to defrost quickly. I mean, I've got some Aldi ones there, but there's not many left. I love a pea. I put peas in all sorts when I've got down. Oh God, you know what? I'm gonna be glad when this is finished. I think I've shown you everything. I hope I have anyway. And that is everything I've got. God, I'm glad to get to the end actually. So I got a lot. I'm gonna try some new meals this week. Obviously, if I do these meals again, I'm not gonna need that. I'm not gonna need that. I'm not gonna need them. Got the grease everywhere. It's my dad frying all sorts of stuff this week. So there are things I won't need to replace, like the stock cubes are going to last a few times, the onion gravy, I hope it's good. But yeah, that's what I got. Any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. If you're new to my channel or you watch my videos but you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. Don't forget to press the bell notification button to get an alert when I next upload. I'll be back very soon with another video. Have a fantastic day, week, month, year, and thank you for watching.